Hello and welcome to my thoughts on the Witch Queen's campaign. It has been over a day since I completed the campaign, and I guess I wanted to share some, week one thoughts on what I had just witnessed. So for context, as to why I'm doing this video and not a series of playthroughs like I had wanted, is because my recordings of the first 3 missions got corrupted on the video end of things, and I wasn't gonna go back and re-record gameplay that doesn't sync up with my audio, and I just decided to just stop and play with a friend. I hope that this will not happen again, because right now Beyond Light is looking like a stroke of luck on my end. Regardless, I think I've tracked down the problem, and I think Lightfall will work smoothly. Speaking of Lightfall, I am more excited for that than ever, because despite my fears, I think Witch Queen's campaign works very well. For one thing, I think the story structure is probably the best that it's been in D2. Like, the entire game. It's not as lengthy as the Red War, but it was a solid campaign. I enjoyed myself. I mean, I was underleveled for a couple things, but I thought what I experienced in the campaign was satisfactory. More than satisfactory. I really enjoyed my time. This, as the video title suggests, this is going to get really spoilery, so yeah, let's get into that. 1. Characters. Ikora's back, and I love her in this DLC. She's great. She's fantastic. She kind of goes through this arc where she really starts questioning what it means to be a guardian, and ultimately decides to, stick with humanity. Because that's our job, to defend humanity. And I liked that. Eris is back. She doesn't really do much, unfortunately. I actually thought she would get really upset that, Season of the Splicer and Season of the Lost happened. I mean, I would have been. I think Kyria was sufficiently avenged. That was my motivation going in. Rest in peace, my child. May we use your head to bring you back from the dead. Anyway. Next character I want to cover is Mara Sov, who makes a guest appearance, looking for answers from Savathun's worm, which she kept from last season. She's Mara. She is who she is. I appreciate her, trying to do something, though. That's something that I couldn't really say for a good portion of the past couple years. Even after the Collector's Edition revealed that at one point she did actually try and succeed. I won't get into that. Yeah, you just read the Collector's Edition. It's pretty sick. I liked Savathun in this DLC. I thought she was cool. It's interesting, though, that she is scheming despite one of the revelations. I thought Finch was cool. I liked Finch. I really liked Finch. Finch was awesome. Ghost went off at one point in the campaign, in the final mission. I need more of that. Honestly, whenever Ghost goes off, I support him. Because that means you did something really wrong. So yeah, go off, King. Zavala wasn't in there that much, but he was excellent in the scene he was in. I liked Savathun's worm. Yeah, I did the Parasite quest, so this is a little bit more than just campaign. But I think the Parasite quest was essential to, I guess, justifying some of the things that happened in the campaign. With that being said, I love Savathun's Worm. I defend it. We must protect him. Well, I guess now it's actually time to get into the story. So this campaign starts with the best Cabal entrance in a long time, which is Caiatl basically just going in and building an anti-air turret to to shoot down the Lure, which is Savathun's ship, and that's pretty sick. I'm really starting to love Caiatl's like Cabal. Like, they are brute force, they are direct. They're awesome. I really like Caiatl and her army. If this is how they are, I'm with them. Thanks, Season of the Chosen. You made the Cabal interesting again. So on the Lure, you see that, yes, the Hive have the light. Real, genuine light. And you know, that launches the whole that sparks the whole investigation as to, like, well, how did Savathun steal the light? Well, here we come to the thing that I was most worried about. When the Witch Queen was leaked eons ago, back during Splicer, it was in a Pastebin document. Many of you recognize it. It went into pretty extensive detail on, you know, what the plans were, what was going to happen, etc. And the one thing that it said was that the Traveler gave Savathun the light. And without any justification, zero justification, I hated it. I hated it because it didn't make sense. And here's why. The dreams of Alpha Lupi are the thoughts of the Traveler. It is too nice for its own good. However, when it chooses Risen, it chooses them based on their nature that follows the whole devotion, bravery, sacrifice routine. Savathun hasn't done that. I'm a little iffy on whether I still fully believe that, but the fact that her singular purpose for eons, and even until her death, was to survive without the worm, you know, eating her up, that's just selfish. It's against the Traveler's logic. But in the game, we got justification. Twofold justification. On one side, we got the reveal that was once purely theory, but is now fact. That the darkness manipulated the Krill, those three siblings, into diving into the depths by making them believe that the Traveler was going to eventually just wipe Fundament of life using something called the Syzygy. Or Syzygy? I don't know. Anyway, the God Wave. Obviously, based on, you know, the last days of Kraken Mare, where we learned that the Darkness pulled a big old tidal wave attack on Titan during the collapse, many began to believe that this was not the Traveler's doing, but the Darkness's doing, and they were right. And it made sense. However, it goes further. The reason why the Darkness turned the Krill against the Traveler was because the Traveler believed the Krill to be next in line to be chosen. So a clever play. Neat little manipulation on the Darkness's end. Real kudos to that. However, that is one justification, and it is the campaign's justification as to why the Traveler gave Savathun the light. And to that I say, that's not enough. Because Savathun, that doesn't excuse what Savathun has done. However, there's something that we didn't know Savathun did that the Parasite quest reveals. And that is that Savathûn was there during the collapse, as Oryx was there for the fall of Reese, aka the Whirlwind. Savathûn was there for our end. However, when the darkness turned an eye towards the Traveler, once more, after, I presume, having absolutely wasted humanity's resources, Savathûn deceived it, turned it against it, backstabbed it, and aided the Traveler in pushing it back. Because the Traveler couldn't leave, if you remember from the Constellations lorebook. Yeah. Savathûn helped the Traveler push back the Pyramid Armada. Now ain't that some shit? Now that's a pretty big bombshell that they reveal in dialogue in a quest post-campaign. And honestly, you want, like, justification for the Traveler choosing Savathûn? It's not bravery, devotion, or sacrifice. To believe that would be to believe that the Traveler is too naive. It's for defense. Because Savathûn's already pushed back the darkness once, and she can do it again, presumably. I will say, though, that this was a severe waste of build-up throughout this entire year. The dead ghosts that Savathûn collected from the spider meant nothing. The endless night meant nothing. It all meant nothing. Really, you could just skip to Lost and you would be good. The Crown of Sorrow meant nothing. All these ghosts, they're ghosts that willingly chose the Hive. They're idiots. But Finch realized that, and that's why he broke away. With that, I don't know. Was the Traveler really too naive for its own good? Or did it choose Savathûn for defensive reasons? One, I admit, is like it. It would definitely choose someone out of the goodness and kindness of its own pale heart. However, choosing it for defense also seems like it, yet also not like it. Simultaneously. Let me explain. The Traveler wants to survive. It is alone. If it needs defense against the darkness, and Savathûn already has done it before, why not do it again? However, I think what it failed to realize is that she's kind of bad. However, the Traveler noticeably did nothing during the final mission. It wants safe haven. It wants to live free without the darkness, chasing it everywhere. And to that I say, that makes the defense option plausible. Plausible and likely. So unlike, yet so like it, all at once. With that, we come down to the Scorn, who have gotten new commanders, and are just kind of vibing. I don't have anything to say about them. They're still a pain to fight, except the Glaive. This is a perfect segue. Glaives are the perfect anti-Scorn lurker weapons ever, and I love them. I think Glaives are the best addition in a long time. They are really fun to use, and I cannot wait to get my hands on more of them. Yes, I tried using one throughout the entire campaign. I don't know, I want more of them. I want more Glaives. They were really cool. I don't know, I just want more. The Throne World looks fantastic. I want to break into the raid area so bad, you have no idea. I think the Hive Risen were cool. It's funny when you squish the ghosts. I don't know, I find it hilarious. But, I don't know, I'm kind of like in this middle ground right now. I'm thinking on the Traveler thing, because here's the thing. The Traveler is not evil. To call the Traveler evil would be to cast aside the dreams of Alpha Lupi. Both the grimoire and the literal dream of Alpha Lupi that Clovis Bray had. These are still relevant. They made a new Dreams of Alpha Lupi entry for the Grimoire Anthology Volume 2. The Traveler is not evil. And it is barely morally gray. It is not the same as light. And its opposite is not the same as dark. Those are powers. They don't have morality. It's all based on who wields them. But the Gardener, the Traveler, that's a being with its own thoughts, its own personality. And so is its opposite. And so we come to probably the biggest reveal of this entire thing. One that I saw coming, but one that now that I've speculated and expected it, do not know how to actually fit it in. The Witness. The Witness is the name of the head of the Pyramid Armada. It is the one that leads the army that destroyed everything. It has a crusade against the Traveler and the Light and every species it touches. It is the one that will seek the destruction of every single life form in this entire universe. The Witness is a curious thing. I once theorized, I made it a point in my The Entity is the Winnower video and posts on Reddit similar to it, to mention my belief that the Winnower, the god of darkness, the paracausal being as the Gardener is to the light, that there was a good possibility that the Winnower would be in a body. Not a shell, a body. And it is here where I think the connection lies. See, the pyramids are paracausal beings. You can't take back what Ghost said. To do so at this point would be to retcon, and the last thing Destiny needs right now is a retcon. We have staved off that potential. With this new piece on the board, I just don't know where to really fit it, because the only way that it would make everything make sense is if the Winnower, this pre-universal, pre-time, ancient deity, along with its sister, the Gardener, when they became material, that they went to different things. And I think the Winnower is the Witness, but the Witness is also the Winnower. They mentioned that the Witness uses darkness as a cloak. And you can see in the Witness that it is powerful. You don't get that power from nothing. I think the Winnower and the Witness are merged, that they are one. It is only there that it all makes sense. On the one hand, you have the paracausal side, the power, the pyramids, being alive. That is what the Winnower contributes. And on the other side, you have the army that resides within. The Witness provides that army. Synergy. It's synergy between darkness and whatever race the Witness came from. Synergy is the only way that this all makes sense. Because without it, what is the Winnower? A useless footnote? No. It can't be. They must be one. They must be entwined. Otherwise it just gets weird. And that's, you know, aside from the fact that things have very much gotten weird. We're about to jump into a new age of Destiny. The final age for some of us. It will be interesting, to say the least. With that, I give the Witch Queen's content a solid 8 out of 10. I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. I really like the flow of this campaign. I only got pissed off once, and that's because I was underleveled like an idiot. I think the characters are really good this time around. And the story sounded bad on paper, but in action and with context, it works a lot better than the Pastebin would have made it out to be. And to that, I have to give credit to Bungie's writers. You made what seemed like a horrible, horrible decision and turned it into the backbone of arguably one of the best campaigns in Destiny's history. Congratulations, Bungie. You have officially made something that not only matches Forsaken, the Red War, and the Taken King, but you have one that potentially supersedes them. Because I enjoyed my playthrough of the Witch Queen more than I did my playthrough of Forsaken. I enjoyed my playthrough of the Witch Queen, I think, more than I enjoyed the Red War, up until the very end when the pyramid cutscene came up, because that was hype, okay? I think the Witch Queen is a solid entry into the franchise. And I cannot wait to see more. And I cannot wait for the second collapse. I can't wait until Lightfall. I can't wait until the final shape. Everything about the Witch Queen, surprisingly, made me excited more than I already was. I'm sorry that I couldn't get a playthrough to all of you. I promise that Lightfall will not evade me. I will get a playthrough of Lightfall. Oh, and when it comes to music, let's just say I got something in the pipeline that I can't release for another week or two. With that, those are my immediate thoughts on the Witch Queen. I hope you all enjoy. I shall see you next time.